Good morning. Welcome to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis. Good to have you with us on this Wednesday, July the 5th. Had a bit of a holiday yesterday. It feels kind of weird when you have a holiday in the middle of the week. You work on Monday, you're off Tuesday. Here we're back. I'm just all messed up for this week. Nathan Hale's my co-host this morning. He's usually our director, and he's joining us live on camera. Good to see you, Nathan.
Morning, Todd. How you doing today?
I'm good, but it is kind of a weird week. You know, we had Monday, we worked. Yesterday was a holiday. Now we're working again, but you only got, a 3-day work week left. So it's just a strange week.
Well, clearly it's a strange week. I'm in front of the camera as opposed to behind it. So that's definitely a new thing for me.
Yeah, I mean, for people who don't know, Nathan is usually our director, or our technical director for the show, and manages the production stream. And he's on camera this morning. So we get a chance to have him as a co-host. Nathan, we want to thank everyone here who's watching us on Facebook Live and YouTube. We're here just about every morning when HCC is in session, live at 10 a.m. They can also catch us anytime in social media, and we're on HCCTV as well.
That's right. We're live on the Houston Community College District Facebook page, not HCC, and on YouTube. We're also on Twitter, LinkedIn, and HCCTV at noon, 5, and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Okay, you've got an interview coming up because it's Gaming Wednesday. We'll get to that in a moment, but I want to introduce Dr. Chandra Mittal. He is the professor of medical biotechnology at HCC's Coleman College. Dr. Mittal, thanks for being here this morning. Let's see. Here we go. Good morning. Yeah, we're looking forward to hearing all about your program at Coleman. So stick around. We'll be with you in about 10 minutes.
All right. Thank you.
All right. We're going to kick things off. Nathan, you've got a special guest for Gaming Wednesday.
That's right. We are welcoming back Taalia Vess, multimedia content creator, Twitch streamer, and host and producer. And welcome back to the show, Taalia.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me on again. Nathan, I have to ask, did you show up just because I'm here to talk about video games and Lord of the Rings?
There might be something.
Was that a big part of it?
Most definitely.
I can tell by your background that you must be a fan.
Oh, very much so. I'm a fan of Lord of the Rings since before I was a fan of Magic the Gathering. I've been a fan of Magic the Gathering for almost 30 years now.
Oh, wow. Well, Magic the Gathering just celebrated 30 years. So you've been playing it since the beginning. That's awesome.
Yeah, I came in about 8 months after the game started.
Wow. Do you still have old cards?
I do. Although most of my collection, I got rid of my original collection. But
okay. But you held on to some. Nice.
Yeah. We're going to be talking about video games today, though, because this Saturday, July 8th, is National Video Game Day. And I'd like to start by asking you, what's the impact of video games on society?
I think it's such a huge impact in various ways. Entertainment, it's changed the way people entertain and, unwind with their spare time. If somebody's having a stressful week at work, afterwards, you can just jump into this immersive experience and kind of escape a little bit in your own world. Not only that, the economic impact, it generates billions and billions of dollars. It created esports, which is a whole other thing. Esports actually has more money income flow than regular sports, which is kind of mind-blowing. Social interaction also, I have literally met lifelong friends by hooking up my mic and playing online with people. And then I found out, wow, they live in Houston too. And then we randomly met one day at a game shop. And I was like, wait, I recognize your voice. I've heard your voice on the mic. And we were playing this game for years with each other, but didn't realize we were in the same area. That was wild. So you can make lifelong friends. There are so many just pros to the gaming world and games existing. So I am very, very grateful to have been a lifelong gamer and discovered gaming.
So Change. I've been playing video games, well, since I was young, and they've definitely changed through the years. What's the evolution of gaming technology? What's kind of new out there right now?
Ooh, it it seems to just get better and better, as you know, every single year. Now we have VR, which is really, really cool. Have you messed around with the Oculus VR headsets?
I have. I've got actually 3 VR headsets.
Whoa. Okay.
Been playing VR for about 6 years now.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. So I don't know how it keeps evolving so quickly, but it's really incredible.
Now, there's a lot of benefits. We kind of discussed those a little earlier, but what are some of those major benefits?
I think for me personally, a major benefit has been just developing better, critical thinking, solving puzzles, the skills that it really takes to, be good at something. Honestly, it takes practice and yeah, just I think the goal setting as well. Like I want to learn this game and I want to be really, really good at it. And it's not easy sometimes. I play Magic the Gathering and it is one of the most difficult games to play. So
Oh, now we're talking. You want to get Magic the Gathering? I noticed recently, a few months back, you were on a couple episodes of the Command Zone's Extra Turns.
Oh,
What was
yeah.
big highlights or takeaways from playing on the show? And do you prefer playing in person Magic the Gathering over digital formats like Arena or on Spell Table?
Yeah, that's a great question. I definitely prefer playing in person because you're getting that live interaction, right? And also it's just easier to read the cards. You're like, hey, can I see that? And it's right there. You can kind of understand more of what's happening. My experience on the Command Zone was a goal that I set for myself when I first watched their show, which was like 8 years ago. They are the largest Magic the Gathering YouTube channel. So you'll definitely should check them out. The production quality is amazing. And I think the game that I played was pretty fun and very memorable. I got to play with an all women's pod. And then I also got to play in another pod with Josh and Jimmy, who are the main hosts, and also CGB, who is a good friend of mine. So the entire experience was incredible. And I still get choked up thinking about it because it's a goal that I set 8 years ago and it finally happened. And I was just like overwhelmed with joy. It was the best experience ever.
I gotta believe it. I did get the chance to meet Josh Lee Kwai a few years back at Commander Fest in Seattle.
Oh, cool. He's
Really nice
amazing.
guy. I gotta imagine, getting to sit down play a game with him must have been really, really fun and very challenging. He's definitely the one to come from behind often and steal the win, I've noticed.
Oh yeah, I always have to watch out for him. That almost happened our game as well. Like everybody was kind of a threat at the end there. So it was a really good match.
So again, with Magic the Gathering, they had a recent collaboration with Lord of the Rings. Tell us a little about that.
This is a huge collaboration. It has brought so many more people into Magic the Gathering. I will say that the set is the Lord of the Rings, so it's more based off of the book and not the movie. And I have not read the books, but I am a huge fan of the movies. I've watched them probably 100 times. So you still have that like crossover where you still recognize characters and things like that. It has the card art is amazing. It has been so much fun to play and draft. There was a very rare thing that Magic did this time, and they released a 1 of 1 card, the ring, the 1 of 1 ring, and it was kind of wild. There was this like just mass hunt for this 1 ring. It was just found a few days ago, and I don't know what the current price is, but it's about $2 to $3 million. So there's a lot of collectors out there with Magic the Gathering. but I don't want that to deter people away from the game. The game is very beginner friendly, and you can hop in, you can download Arena, learn how to play the game. It has an awesome tutorial, and yeah, you can build a deck with whatever cards you have. Doesn't have to be the one ring.
We got about 30 seconds left. Real quick, could you kind of discuss how about esports and professional gaming?
Ooh, so if you set those goals and you practice hard enough, you can actually make this a career. Like me, I mostly stream and kind of are more of a personality for the game versus actually being really good at the game. But you can compete at a pro tour level, which we have someone in the chat right now that is qualified for the pro tour. And so it is possible, and it just takes repetition and practice. And yeah, so esports, it can be a job. You can do this. You can do this. Hopefully awesome. I answered your question.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Let people know that there are career options out there that involve playing games.
Absolutely.
So Taalia Vess, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Multimedia content creator, Twitch streamer, host, and producer, and our Gaming Wednesday guest. And we'll have your info in our post after the show. Thanks once again.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
We got to get a game in sometime at Coral Sword.
Oh, please. Anytime. Let me know. I go there almost every weekend.
All right. Thank you both. We're going to switch gears a bit, moving on, talking about medical biotechnology. Welcome to the show, Dr. Chandra Mittal. We appreciate you being here on the show. You're with Coleman College. You're considered the architect of advanced technical certificate in medical biotechnology. For starters, tell us what medical biotechnology is and its complete scope.
Medical biotechnology actually is a technology in which one uses either a biological system, which could be a whole animal, it could be human body, it could be parts of the body, or uses the components out of these body parts and biological systems in order to generate some kind of product. And these products can be utilized for diagnostic purposes, for therapeutic purposes, for research purposes. So that is what medical biotechnology is all about.
Is stem cell research part of my medical biotechnology? Would that be an example?
Absolutely. Stem cell research, use of stem cells, in fact, also engineering the stem cells in order to do something in the future after it has been implanted into the patient. It is all very much part of medical biotechnology.
Now, what qualifications would our students need to have to get into the program?
Our program is an advanced degree, advanced technical certificate that requires a minimum of an associate degree with 3 semesters of biology, including microbiology, as well as 2 semesters of chemistry. That is the minimum admission criteria. It could be higher. In fact, right now we have many students who have applied. And I would say, from what I have seen, some of them have doctorate degrees already, some have master's degrees. So there is a lot of demand for these skills.
And can you give us some examples of the applications for medical biotechnology?
Examples in the sense that, of course, we have right now about 272 people express interest into the program. And right now we have active 10 students who are under consideration. Our total capacity approved by the state is only 15. Wow. So we are 2/3 of the way in terms of the applicants at this point.
I know, HCC is known to be very affordable. What does this program cost, and what would it cost students?
In-state tuition, people who in-state means in district, is about $4,200 for the whole program, which stretches 10 months or 1 year. So that is the minimum. But of course, if the students are from outside, we have got right now current batches, all foreign students. I think they are paying significantly higher amount because it is worth it.
What are the salaries that graduates can look forward to, and where would they actually be working?
graduates of ours will be working in several biotech companies which are located in Houston. As you know, Todd, Houston is a major center in biotechnology field, and very recently it has been also designated as a bioport. We are developing Houston as a third coast after the East and the West Coast. And what is something new happening today is, according to the executive order by President Biden, is major emphasis on biomanufacturing, because biomanufacturing is going to be a $30 trillion business in the next few years. So therefore, we have a very major emphasis on biomanufacturing. Our graduates are complete fit into the biomanufacturing, and some of them are already getting some training in them in those areas by way of internships, but our own courses are preparing them to work in the biomanufacturing industry, into the research industry, also into the R&D and the regulatory industry. So there is a lot of scope, and these are the kinds of companies. The salary-wise, the salaries range between $53,000 and $60,000 right now in the starting of the jobs. So there is a good salary. In fact, I have been informed by Kelly Scientific, one of the recruiting companies, and one of their directors is on our advisory board, that according to them, for one available person, there are 5 jobs available.
Wow.
So that is what the information we have.
And it sounds like, from what you're saying, it's a high demand industry. And here in Houston, one of the best places to be, because it sounds like there are a lot of medical biotech companies that currently exist in Houston. You're saying it's going to continue growing.
In fact, it is growing. We have a lot of startup companies, and we have a lot of companies which have moved. Couple of companies that we are very closely working with is Lonza is one of them. It's a large biomanufacturing company. And then there is a company called Ematics, which are also making therapeutic products. Both of them are making therapeutic products of different types. And also there is a company called Neurogene. So there are a lot of these companies. Lonza, for example, is a company out of Swiss. It's a Swiss company. So a lot of expansion is going on in that direction, yes.
If our students enroll in this program, you mentioned something about internships. Are they able to actually start working before they're certified?
What happens is internship is a part of the training program. It's a course. So they have to work, and there are a lot of internships available in Houston. In fact, very big demand for them, and they start looking for it very early on. So standard, I think many of the companies are using internship as a way to bring the people in on a temporary basis and then make them regular.
I know with Coleman, you guys don't have year-round enrollment. It's usually with cohorts, and it sounds like this program is very selective with the students that you take on. Do they have to enroll at a certain time of year?
This program is in cohort mode, and our cohort is recruited from the fall. So we are right now in that situation. We are screening students for the fall.
For the fall. Okay. And well, I guess being in the medical center, a lot of hospitals hiring your graduates as well?
Hospitals, not so much in the patient service area, but definitely in the research field, absolutely. Because our training, the way I have created the courses and individual so-called lesson plans, these are very much patterned along the research, so that they get to know what exactly the industries do, because industry do a lot of R&D before a product can be manufactured or made. So that's what we do. So they absolutely, yes. The research labs in Baylor or UT or MD Anderson, research technicians are very much a place where some of our students will go.
Well, we're going to have all the information and your website in our social media post after the show, where people can look and see and learn more about the medical biotechnology program here at HCC. Dr. Chandra Mittal, thank you for being here on the show. We wish you the best, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
All right. We're going to move on, Nathan, with a few announcements before we wrap up today's show. One of them, SCORE workshops will continue. You can learn sales techniques. That's the next one on tap. It is Thursday, tomorrow, July the 6th, from 1 to 3 p.m. It's at our HCC's Missouri City campus, and HCC's Entrepreneurial Initiatives is working with SCORE on this free workshop. You'll need to register for it, and we'll have some information in our post after the show. And Nathan, we're continuing our STEM summer camps for the kids.
That's right. HCC's always going out of its way to make sure that in the summer, students have something educational to learn, and not just our students, but students of a younger age. Summer STEM camps from HCC and Verizon. It's time to register for the next session of the HCC and Verizon's free summer STEM enrichment program for middle school students. Session 2 is next week from July 10th through the 28th. At the HCC Eastside Campus Workforce Building. Check our post after the show for registration info.
Pretty good deal. Free camp, and I think they even provide lunch for the kids. You can't beat that. All right, Fempreneurs, 5 Dimensions of Female Mindset. That's happening July the 12th. It is a hybrid workshop. And for some, there's never been a better time for a woman to set up her own business. Still, even with reduced barriers, they sometimes lack confidence or aren't ready to take the risks. This series will address 5 dimensions to shift that mindset. It's from noon to 1:30 p.m., Wednesday, July the 12th, at 3100 Main Auditorium. That's in our district offices. Check our post after the show to register. And also, we've got a college and community fair up at the Northwest College coming up.
That's right. The College and Community Fair at HCC Northwest and HCC Northwest will host the fair next week from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Thursday, July 13th at the A-Leaf Bissonnet campus. Be sure to check the HCC events calendar for more information.
We're also offering summer dance classes for teens and adults. HCC's community learning program is continuing its classes for teens and adults to accompany its kids and senior courses. These classes include tap, jazz, and Middle Eastern belly dancing. There you go. Tuesdays and Saturdays through August the 8th and 12th. It's happening at HCC's Spring Branch campus. Check our post after the show for more information. And if you haven't registered, Nathan, now's the time for people to register, because we got a summer session that's starting next week.
That's right. Fall registration's open, but there's still a chance to get in for the last summer session, which begins July 10th. So if you have not yet registered, definitely look into it. We have a lot of options for how you can take it, different modalities. We have online anytime with no established class meeting times unless listed. Take it at your own pace, or your own time, I should say. Online on a schedule. The meeting time's set, but you still meet fully online. We have hybrid, which is a lecture class. You meet partially face-to-face and partially online, which I'm kind of a fan of that modality, a nice mix of the two. You have straight up in-person, where you have face-to-face courses with traditional meeting patterns at various campus locations. And then lastly, we have the hybrid lab, which are laboratory and studio courses that mix in-person and online. To learn more about HCC programs, start dates, and options to cover costs, go to hccs.edu/apply.
Okay, as we mentioned, today's Wednesday. I know it feels like Monday, but it's Wednesday. Trust me on that. Tomorrow was Thursday Family Fun Day, and Sharday will be here talking about that. We'll be talking about with some people who are planning a youth fashion show. And later this week, we'll feature an award-winning filmmaker for our Film Friday series. That, of course, is on Friday. I'll be back for that. Then we got a weekend coming up. Short week, right? Nathan, thanks for helping us out on the show this morning.
Yeah, it was fun being on the other side of the camera for a change. Hopefully I didn't botch anything up, but I think it went pretty well.
You did fine. You did fine. Yeah. And tomorrow you'll be behind the camera, or behind the, I should say, off camera, directing the show as well. So thank you all for being here, folks. We will see you tomorrow live at 10 a.m. for Up to the Minute.